I'm so excited.
Hello, hello. What's that for?
So many things we ask, what's that for?
Oh yeah, even me.
We're being asked what's that for all the time.
Good evening.
Well-
Happy Tuesday.
We're a little bit early,
Yes.
so we're gonna chit chat.
Salut, love that photo.
Hello.
We're cute, huh?
Huh?
They like our pictures. Thank you, ChatGPT. So,
Hello, hello. So many things to show you tonight. Probably the best trick in the book. We're gonna start with a bang.
yeah.
You might know a lot of the tricks. If you don't, you're gonna be very happy.
Yes, yes, yes.
It changed my life.
Yeah.
And I changed your life, Isabel.
Yes, you did.
This is the one trick that owed me 2 hugs from strangers. They came in the store and they gave me hugs and they said, "You changed my life." So we have a good trick tonight. Well,
Hello, Nat.
many little tricks, but one.
Bonjour, Sylvie Saint-Laurent.
Hey, hello, Sylvie.
We speak English tonight. We will redo the What's That For in French in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Next Tuesday is the garage sale at 6:30 in French. And the following Tuesday is going to be the What's That For in French. And it's going to be the same tricks as tonight. So if you want to rewatch it in French in 2 weeks, because there's a lot of tricks. And
I love the new concept. Yeah. Salut les filles, je vous écoute en soupant. Bon appétit. Allô, Colette.
So before we we're a little bit early, so why don't we use the time to ask you what are the things you're struggling with? What are the things you're asking yourself, what's that for? Because what we want to prepare for the next one, where there's going to be a new team every month. So one in English, one in French, so one a month. And we need some ideas. We have a few ideas, I know, but different types of inks, different types of glues. That's an idea. Those are ideas, but maybe you guys have some ideas. It's not a live where we do a project. It's not a live where we do a class. We have many classes at Scrap en Masse. You should have a look. Some are online, some are in store. We had a great class this weekend.
Yes.
We have another great one coming this weekend. Yeah, we did Shaker Card last weekend. Friday and Saturday with Thursday and Saturday Lavinia, and Friday our journal.
Yeah.
With Isabelle, and Lavinia with Jeanette.
Yeah.
So have a look. There might be a few spots left. You won't regret. You learn a lot when you come in the class. Hey,
Go.
go.
Go. It's 7:00.
Ah, okay, go.
I want some shorts.
I want some shorts. Okay. So we will show you tonight what to do to avoid this. Isn't that awful?
Hello.
Yeah. And also what to do to avoid this. You know, dyes that won't cut. Yeah, exactly. Very bad. Very, very bad. So what to do? What to do? So we will start. But Isabel, we didn't rehearse properly.
We didn't?
No, you were supposed to open it and
Oh, okay, let's do it again. But it's gonna splash everywhere.
well, don't throw them too hard
Okay, let's do it.
because we're gonna show the what's that for number one.
Okay.
What
go.
that? Oh my God! Look at that, eh? This is one of Tim Holtz dyes. Believe it or not, these are T-shirts. This is a tree, and yeah, this is a fence.
Where are the shorts?
Where are the shorts again?
On the ear.
Oh my God. Okay. So if you're working with a dyes like that, chances are you're gonna lose your pants. Huh? See
Yeah.
the little pants here? Well, chances are you're gonna lose those pants. So maybe you know about these because they've been around for a long time, but before we start the other things, I just wanted to show you. This one is from Spellbinder. It's called Main Attraction Magnetic Storage Tool. And there's also one for, it's already sticking. And the other one is from Sizzix. And this one is called a Gotcha Magnetic Craft Stand Tool. So what does that do?
What does that do?
What's that for? Well, that's for that. Woohoo! Exactly. So when you're working with dyes, yeah, there's one there. So that's the Spellbinder one. So this way you won't lose your little dyes. Or you have the Sizzix one. Am I centered, Isabella?
Yes.
Am I too high?
Nope.
No? Okay. And this is the Sizzix one. So if you're working with dyes, little dyes, see, you won't lose them. And if, for example, you lost a dye, well, you can go around like that and go, oh, un crochet. Yay! So now you're gonna do the cleanup. So these are magnetic tools that help you. There's one instance where I wouldn't use the magnetic tool, the Gotcha tool, or the Spellbinder Main Attraction. So okay, so these are the new ones. You can see them. They're no longer blue. They're white, and that's what the box for the Sizzix ones looks like. So I'm gonna put these away. And the only time I would not use that is if you are working with a magnetic. And I'll show you after. We're going to talk about this. This is our big trick of the night. Because if you're working with magnetic plates, chances are this will magnetize the little dies and it'll be a little bit more tricky because they'll tend to be more magnetic. Not the
Gotcha tool is
Wait.
sold out.
well, no, there's one.
Oh, there's one.
So we have to change the inventory, Isabel. Oh. But if we show things that we don't have in store, you write an email and we will get it for you. We don't show things that don't, oh, see, I already lost, I have to clean the floor now. This wasn't on purpose,
Yes, it was.
but how useful.
Yeah.
Huh? So those two little tools, very helpful. Does anybody have them?
Yeah, Natalie Brunet says she has the diamond one.
The diamond one?
Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah. Anybody else has them? Anybody sees them for the first time? We want this to be an interactive live. Let us know. Is that the first time you see that? Or is that something you already knew about and you have?
The thing is, we have like a big lag.
Oh, yeah,
You
it'll
need-
come.
You need to
Yeah, be patient.
be patient.
Yeah, I'm patient. Oh no, it's a paper. All right.
Natalie has the Sizzix one.
The physics one, yeah. So, all right.
And a lot of people have them.
Bon.
Good job.
And anybody sees them for the first time or
Yeah.
don't have them?
Jacinthe is the first time. Manon
Bon.
is the first time.
Well, very useful, especially when you're working with, a lot of little pieces. Because when you're working on your craft table, chances are it's piling up all over the place. And little pieces like that, because one time I didn't put them on my magnetic and I had like a big set of waffle flower snowman and I lost one little piece of the snowman. And it kind of ruined the whole thing. So now you know what's that for. So now the next thing. The next thing is, all right.
All right.
Are you sick and tired of having cutting plates like this? And like this? Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
Very bad. Very, very bad. And they bend. See how they're all crooked? They're crooked. They get very dirty. See how dirty they are? So what happens when you put a white cardstock? Let's say you want to do a white circle on it. What's going to happen?
It's gonna detain.
It's going to transfer
Yeah.
on your white, like your circle. Let's say you do a white circle. You're going to see some black lines and you can't really wash that or take that away. It's really
Encrusted.
Yeah, I don't think encrusted is an English word. I think we just invented that.
Yes, encrusted.
Encrusted. It's all. So the trick is, believe it or not, never use those plates to cut.
No.
Never use cutting plates to cut. Not these anyway.
Yeah, no.
Not these. Not these. Some are in colors. Not these. They come in different shapes and colors. They come small, they come big, So the trick is, don't use that to cut. I will show you what to cut on. So since I've stopped using these to cut, I have perfect cuts all the time. So here's the deal. Here is the deal. I'm going to show you how to get from that, where you see the cuts aren't even made. I don't know if you can see properly. See all the cuts? Well, this was done with a cutting plate. This one, not bad. Not too much work if I want to start but I still would have to do some hand cutting, which you want to avoid because you don't want that. You want this to be your first cut. Yes. Thank you, Isaac. And next for that. All right. So I'm going to tell you a little story. We were doing we had like a make and take here with the DTs about 1.5 2 years ago.
Yes.
And Anne Tremblay and Isabelle had to do like something with the Tim Holtz dies, Halloween. So I give them the die and I said, cut the pieces, because we had to cut hundreds of,
Yes.
of pieces. They come back and they say the die doesn't work. And I said, of course it works. It's the way you're cutting that doesn't work. So I showed them how to cut and their life changed. So here's the deal. I will show you what I use. So first of all, there's a good news and a bad news. I'll
Yeah.
start with the bad news.
Bad news?
Bad news. Bad news. The bad news is that that company that made those plates, can I see the, yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. This is the iMend self-mending Pro Deck from iCrafter. The bad news is that the company no longer exists.
Nope.
The good news is when I heard the company was going out of business, I bought hundreds of those because I believe so much in them.
Yes.
So Scrap en Masse has a lot in storage.
We have
Yeah, don't talk like
a
that.
beep load.
A beep load. So we bought a lot because I knew that it wouldn't be available anymore. I'm sure that on the internet you'll hear about the magic mat from scrapbook.com.
Yes.
The problem with the magic mat is it eventually bends like that. It becomes all crooked, just like the cutting plates. So it's no good. It's not as good. This is a marvelous product. And it comes as a regular self-mending cutting mat. This is what you're gonna cut on. And it comes in a magnetic form. So this is
You
what
want
it
the
looks like.
magnetic.
If you're looking for it, you say iCrafter. Isabel, you prefer the magnetic?
I prefer the magnetic.
I prefer the non-magnetic. So see? So it becomes a personal choice. But I do have both because in some cases the magnetic is very useful. So
We're not selling anything online tonight there. You need to go shop on
Yeah.
the website.
oh, they want to buy them.
Yeah, they're like, I want 4, I want 2.
No.
iCrafter.
Now,
I'll put the link.
we'll put the link, and if you want them, all you have to do is go on our website and write iCrafter with an hyphen, and you will see these, and you will see the cutting plates, the regular cutting plates, which we won't cut on. We'll cut on those. And believe it or not, and I'm not pulling your leg, these plates are straight, and they've cut thousands, not hundreds, but thousands. I've spent weekends cutting pieces for classes, and this is what they look like after hundreds and hundreds and thousands of cuts. So if you want to keep buying those, no problem, I'll keep selling them to you. Because you'll come back and you'll want to buy more because they don't last and they look awful after a while.
See, people are saying that they have the magic mat there.
Yeah.
They ate it.
No, the magic mat is awful. It's just like this, but in rubber.
Yeah, it's all bent and marks worse than the clear plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But look at this one. This one. And if there's a little bit of paper, you just go like that.
It's clean.
And it's clean. I'm not exaggerating. It cut thousands of pieces. So these are mine from home. And I cut for kits, for classes, for all kinds of things. So I will show you the difference.
Do you offer any workshop on how getting to know your Sizzix and all the accessories that go with it?
And that's what we're doing.
That's
tonight.
what we're doing right now. Free.
So
Do they work in regular big shop? Yeah, that we use
So,
this.
yeah. So I'm showing you the Big Shot, but I've used those in other machines. So whether you have a Spellbinder, like whether you have, like I have also the Tim Holtz Vagabond. I have another one from another company, which I don't even know the name because it doesn't exist anymore. We have the switch, the Sizzix switch electric. I use that in there. So I use that all the time in all the machines. All you have to do is adjust your sandwich. So I know, for example, when I use the iCrafter, it's thicker than a regular cutting plate. So when you have that's your multi-purpose platform. So I have two. So that's the one with the flaps, which allows you to adjust depending on what you're doing. I hate working with flaps because you have to open and close. So what I do is I have one that I use for another plate that I'll show you after. And I have this one. It's been used, eh? It's still working.
You want to know what I did with mine?
I took out
I unscrewed the
yeah,
flaps.
exactly. That's why I have two. This one is just as tab number 1. And this one has tab number 1 and number 2. But every time I buy these, I keep one. But I have one that doesn't have the number 2 because I hate opening flaps and then it takes 3 feet of space to go around. So I will show you what I do. So I have the one with the one flap. So
Okay, wait, we have question.
yeah.
Do you have the size that fits on the Big Shot Pro?
No, they only make that size. So of course, you can still use it in the Big Shot Pro.
Yeah.
You just, it's very rare that you will have dies that are bigger than this. So the only time it won't work is if you have like dies that are bigger than this, which is rare. Then you don't have any choice. You will have to use extended cutting plates. Because they only come in that size. But 98% of the time, dies will fit on these. So even if you have a bigger machine, put that in. I put it in the switch, which is 8 inches wide. So, and I put that in the middle, and that's fine.
And the other question is it possible to cut them down for the mini Sizzix? I knew you would show.
Ta-da! Because I have the Scout, the Spellbinder Scout. Because that stays on my table. And why would you need a little machine like that? Because this takes a lot of space. So why don't we talk about that while we're at it? This takes a lot of space, but often you need it for bigger dies. For example, if you're working with dies that size, you need a machine like this. But this is on a separate table in my home. But this one is right beside me because 75% of the time, dies will fit in there. So I asked my boyfriend to cut it in two. Actually, I should have cut it a little bit wider, but I'll get another one and have it cut the right size. I didn't give him the measurement. I just said cut it in two, but they're still usable. They're just a little bit small because, the aperture is still big enough. So yeah, he just used a regular saw and he cut it in two. I didn't do it with a magnetic because I have no idea what they put in terms of magnets in there. So I didn't want him to mess up his saw, but
saw?
his saw.
Okay.
When he cut it with his saw.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely. So that's what I did because I use it with the Scout and I use it with the Big Shot. And I will show you now. So that's why I like the Scout. The box for the Scout is that big. So when people see it, they think it's a big machine. Look at the difference in size. Like it's tiny in size compared to, I don't know if you see that. So it's very small. So on your table, So 70% of the time I'll be using this
Mine
one.
is even smaller than that.
Yeah, some are a little bit smaller, the Sizzix
Sizzix.
ones. Yeah, there's,
Yeah.
and some are medium, but it's really useful to have, and then you can carry it, bring it to crops, to friends,
Yeah.
even to classes. You won't have to, like, because a lot of the dyes will fit in there. But, all right, so I will show you the difference in cutting. So,
Go, Jose.
okay, so let's start. Let's say I'm cutting, okay, with cutting plates, I need the two, the one and the two. So let's say I'm cutting, so you know how it works. And I always work with, when I cut dies, I cut with 100-pound cardstock or more. Because the finish look is a lot better than when you work with 65 or 80-pound cardstock. So all my dies are cut in 100-pound. This is 110-pound cardstock, so even harder to get through from Harmony. But most of the time, I will cut with the Spellbinder one. So Spellbinder 100-pound cardstock. I have them in all the colors, and see, they're cut in strip for the Scout. So they're just beside me. I have them in all the colors. Didn't bring all the colors, but I've cut a lot of pieces in stripes, in strips like that.
She did bring all the colors.
Well, not all. I have like this much, but which is useful. They're just beside me. I'll grab a piece and I use it with the Scout, or leftovers.
Yes.
My leftovers.
Yes.
See, you see a lot of little pieces, leftover pieces that I put. So this is 110-pound cardstock. This is the regular cutting plate. And I took a die because intricate dies with a lot of cuts in them are the ones you are struggling with the most.
Hell yeah.
You know, if you're just trying to do a big circle, it's not as difficult. But if you have a die with a lot of, so if I take regular cutting plates, one trick, guys. Sometimes you're trying to put it and it won't go in. If that happens, put the top one a little bit longer, a little bit further, so it'll give some spring here, and it'll be easier to put it through. So I'll even do 2 cuts,
Go, Jose.
up and down. So that's with cutting plates. That's what I worked with for many years.
Oh, yeah.
And then this what happened. Very bad. Because I don't know if you can see, but you can see it didn't go through. So I even called companies and to see, you know, your die doesn't work. And then they would tell me, shim the die. So I would put like cardstock, and I would put more cardstock. And if you do that, people, very bad.
Very bad. Do not shim.
Because if you do that, what's going to happen is eventually you will mess up your dies. They will crush because there's just too much pressure. You have to have the right pressure. So they would tell me, well, don't shim everywhere. Just shim a little piece where it's not cutting. So
No, I bought a die for cutting. Not
so
for
then I
shimming.
I would cut the little pieces and I would be shimming like that. And then I would, it would work eventually after 15, 20 minutes of shimming. And I get frustrated because then it never did a perfect job. So this is the result of cutting with a cutting plate. And this is a lot of people coming back to the store, or even my DTs who have been saying, your die doesn't work. Yes, it does. Stop using cutting plates. Don't cut on cutting plates. Very bad. Tonight, you have to remember this. That's the most important thing. Cutting plates are not for cutting.
They are for shimming.
No, they're for choppers.
Yeah, that's
you will see how to use them. All right, so we'll get rid of that because we know that's not working. All right. So how do I do it? So you can see that that's the one I've used the most. Maybe I should go at Scrap La Masse and buy a new one.
Maybe.
I think I'm due for a new one.
You think?
I think I have about 6 of them at home. I don't know why.
Okay.
I'm always using this one. It's
You love it?
it just, that's the one that I grabbed. All right. So if you put that, because remember, you can't use the 2 tabs. If you use the 2 tabs with the iCrafter self-mending mat, and then, because you have to put one on top, and on top you will put a cutting plate. That's what cutting plates are for. They're going to be to put on top. But if you try to put that through, it's gonna break your machine. If you have to pull so hard, it's because your pressure is too hard. You have to have a good amount of pressure, but not to the point where you're gonna force your machine. So that doesn't work. That's why you have to open your tab and work with one tab with the iCrafter, because it's thicker. But because I don't like to work with tabs, this is the same thing, just smaller. And I took out the tab too. I unscrewed it, like Isabel said.
Yes,
It's
I
gone.
unscrewed mine too.
Yeah, the top one is gone. And then I put that. And then I will put, okay.
Oh.
I need to show something else, because we have to get rid of that now. So, you need those tools. There's a couple of models. So this is a Spellbinder tool in one. There's a brush and there's pick. There's a paper piercer at the end. There's 2 kinds of paper piercer. And it's storage in the middle. You can open it, put it, and choose the one you want. You just change it. The Sizzix one comes with the brush. The pick is separate, and you have a little magnet at the bottom to pick your die. Whoop, there was a little magnet. You know what I did earlier? No. I couldn't put it in, so I went bang. I shouldn't have. So I'm going to have to glue it back.
Yeah.
I even cracked it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it was hard to push in. And instead of just pushing like that, I went bang.
That's why
My employees were looking at me and what the hell are you doing? All right. So this is very useful. There you go. I'll get rid of the magnet for now. All right. And if you have leftovers like that, just go like this. You know, you can use the pick and go one by one. You know, I usually do that if there's just 1 or 2 leftovers. But, you know, can you imagine having to do all of them by hand?
Oof.
No, you don't want to do that.
No.
You want to use this. So this is the result of the die cut with regular cutting plates with the instruction that they give you with the machine.
Yes.
So don't listen to them.
Listen to José.
Listen to us. So this is the tool that I've had so many customers come in, and even some that I didn't know come in and thank me, and a couple of them giving me a hug and say, you changed my life. So that's the plate. This is the die. And I will tell you that 95% of the time, this plate will work perfectly with all your dies. 95%. I chose one that's in the 5%. Because I want to show you another plate. What do you do when that doesn't work? But it will work with 95% of your dies. So I will show you. It's going to be better, but it's not going to be perfect. Because this is a very intricate die. These are the ones we're having issues with. So let's go. All right. Is it better than before? Well, much better. Is it perfect? Not quite. Almost. Well,
Ben.
not quite. I chose one that was, so you can see the difference already. So we're much better with this. But I chose one that didn't work with that to show you but 95% of your dies, I'm saying 95, could be 90, could be 92, depends on what dies you have, of course.
Yes.
But in my case, I use that. Always go for that first. Always try it there. If it doesn't work, what I do is I leave it in because it's easy to see if it cut or didn't cut. So let's pretend I didn't take it out. Let's put it back. I wouldn't take it out actually. And I will show you what's my go-to plate when that fails. But that will work. And you will do hundreds, thousands of cuts and it'll look like this. It won't shape or it won't bend, it won't, and it's very easy. Even if you're cutting with black cardstock, just go like this, it's all fine. All right, when that fails, my last resort plate. So those plates are more expensive when you buy them than when you buy the cutting plates. But the cutting plates you have to keep buying because they are, when they don't work and they mess up very easily. This one, chances are you won't come back for another one, which is not good for me, but it's good for you.
Yeah.
All right.
This is my saving plate.
So
That's my
the chrome plate,
yay! Like a big yay for me.
but this is, I tell people, get this one first, though,
Yes.
because it'll work with 95% of your plate. But if all else fails, this is the chrome plate from Sizzix. And the chrome precision, it's called the chrome precision base plate. And for intricate dies, and this one you have to use with the 2 tabs because, you know, and if you have a different machine, just adjust your sandwich. You'll know, you can shim, you can use shims. You guys know shims? So those are shims that I cut. We have shims from Spellbinders. I have them in a bigger size, and this one I cut from my Scout machine. This one is especially for Scout machine. This is one that I cut in 2. Oh, that's the chrome precision plate. So let's put our die back in the machine, or should we start over?
Start over.
Start over, then I have to clean it. Okay. Everybody has that, eh?
I do.
Anybody didn't know about that? And the Sizzix one comes with the little mat, the little foam mat. Bon.
So you can see José's phone is purple because we can see it in the chrome plate.
Oh, my phone. All right, is it? Nope, not quite clean. Make sure that everything is clean.
Oh, John is it John or Joanne? Anyway, use a denture brush.
Oh, okay. So, chrome plate, when this one doesn't work, but use that, and I'll tell you why, because some, like you would ask, well, then just get the chrome plate.
No.
Why not, don't need this one? Well, no, because the chrome plate is very hard on your dies, because it's very, very solid and rigid. So especially for open dies, like dies, for example, like this, or like this, If you cut these on a chrome plate, they will bend.
Yeah.
So you will mess up your dies. This is made for intricate dies that are so hard. I'm sure you guys, because that's one that everybody is struggling with, those little pine branches. You know, these can work very well on the chrome plate because they don't work very well on this one. So, I lost my die. I talk too much. Oh, it's magnetic. It's stuck to the, and this one's stuck to this one. You can see it's magnetic. All right.
Oh God.
Now, let's try it on the chrome plate. So when all else fails, when this fails, you try that first, doesn't work, go with your chrome. So with those two plates, with the chrome plate and the iCrafter, you'll never have, you know.
I use that plaque on no plate. Take this one.
Oh, yeah, this one, yeah. Because on top, that's where you should use the cutting plates. They will mark because you see, because there's a pressure, so you will see some marking in them. Like my pink one, there's a lot of markings, but it's not cut. It's not, it's parti là-bas. See, you can see it's because of the impression when it presses, but I don't cut on this side. See, this one you'll see a lot. I use this one on top. You see all the impression, but there's no cutting lines, and the cardstock doesn't go into it.
Can you give us the link to order the first plate?
The iCrafter, yeah, you can just say iCrafter, but we'll give you the link. But if you just search iCrafter on our website, Crafter, you will see there's about 5 products, and you will see that. Now with the chrome plate. All right. So, okay. So.
Woo!
Yeah. Well, okay. So I don't want to take time cleaning it, but I will show you. This is what I did it just before I came, and it'll show you the 3 different ones. So this was done with the regular cutting plate. This was done with the iCrafter, and this was done with the chrome plate. So with the chrome plate, I can take it out. Well, of course, now that I'm live, it's not gonna, well, I think it's all coming out. Huh?
It's always when we're live.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see all the pieces. All right. So, a few pieces here.
Standing ovation for the chrome plate.
Okay, so why, I'll repeat because it's important. Why not just buy the chrome plate if it works every time? Because it will damage. You cannot use the chrome plate with very big opening dies. Don't use it with dies like, see here, with big openings. Don't use it with dies with big openings like that. It's instead of your plate being warped, it's going to be your dies that are going to warp. It is made for things with a lot of blades in it, things that are very difficult. I think I will just do a little demo with one die
that gave me nightmares.
You want to show with your?
I don't care.
What time is it? Oh boy, it's almost 8.
No, that's fine. Do your
the guitar.
Yeah, I'll show them. I don't need to.
Oh, okay.
So this is the die that gave me nightmares.
Our table is a mess.
Yes. I bought.
Oh, it's over there. I think. No.
I bought the lace from Tim Holtz.
Tim Holtz lace. Okay, so she tried it with the cutting plates. Nothing worked. And then she tried it with the eye crafter. Where's the piece?
The eye crafter, they came out.
Yeah, with most of them came out. That's with the eye crafter. And then she did it with the
green are done with the chrome plate.
chrome plate. You can see the difference. So this one.
That gave me
Because it's
nightmares.
very intricate. So that needs very intricate dies like that needs the chrome plate sometimes. Not all the time.
Keep your
Because a
door.
lot of the times the eye crafter will work, but that's the magnetic one.
You're stuck.
So same thing, like this is a die from Spellbinder, and see the guitars here? So that was difficult to do because there's, look at all the little lines there. And I should have brought the card. I don't think I have the card.
Is there chrome plate for the Spellbinder Platinum 6?
I believe the plates are interchangeable.
Okay.
Yeah, for the Spellbinders and the Big Shot and even bigger machine, like you can use those plates. The only thing you're gonna have to be careful with is this, yeah, like your sandwich. What?
Lena is watching the live and seeing all the little papers flying away, and she's like, "Maman, la job demain matin."
Yeah, lots of
Vacuum.
vacuuming to do tomorrow morning. Yeah. So, are there any questions regarding the eye crafter? Like I said, 95% of your dies will work with that. This will prevent you from having to buy those cutting plates over and over again. You will no longer have to work with those pieces.
No.
And also, it'll also prevent your like white paper to become all dirty because you're cutting like a circle on these. And
Can you re-show the sandwich for the chrome plate?
for the chrome plate, it's actually very simple. It's the 2, 1, 2. So it's the full, and then you put your chrome plate and you put your paper and you put your die and, well, you put your die.
Can you please link the chrome? I will.
You put the die and then you put your cutting plate. So like I said, they are expensive. The chrome plate is around $100. This one's on sale, and I don't know how long it's going to be on sale because they are becoming like very rare because of the closure of the company, and they are very, very high-end product. Like,
There you go, Debbie.
there's no equivalent to that that I know of. And I know that the Magic Mat from, I've seen some of the Magic Mat that people had, and they were all crooked and didn't work very well. This one works marvelously.
The dies are facing down.
Yeah.
The knives are down.
Well, yeah, because one thing that you need to know, with the eye crafter, this cannot be a top. You cannot put that through where the rollers are.
No.
So it's very important.
It has to be at the bottom.
So when you do your sandwich, that's with just the number 1, and then you put this, and then you put your cardstock. Well, it's a lot easier anyway. Let's say you're cutting a photo, okay? Let's do that. Let's say you're cutting a photo. Whoop-a-lie. You know, it's a lot easier too because you can see what you're doing.
Aww.
My little granddaughters. You see what you're doing. So if I would use that on the chrome plate, chances are it would mess it up. And then you just have to use the top. So photos are plastic, as you know. So see, you see what you're doing. There you go. You even see like all the little details.
The Isabelle Durocher, the link you sent me is the pink plate that Jose was showing earlier. So she wants to know, do this kit replace the clear ones
Yes.
if they are
Yeah. The pink plate is
right there?
yeah. The pink plate is just the one that iCrafter does, and then you have the clear ones that Spellbinder or Sizzix does. But this is the same thing, so I could have put this one instead.
Oh, sorry, Brenda, I missed your question. So yes, the iCrafter plate is a little thicker than the regular.
It is. That's why when I use my chrome plate, I have two platform at home that I always keep them like that. So I have my chrome plate is always on my number 2, and the iCrafter is on the number 1. Believe me, it's tab number 1. So it's the same thing as if this would be open. But this is a pain to open all the time. But the iCrafter plate has to be, I think I'm gonna, so has to be on the number 1 because it is thicker. So if you have a different machine, just adjust your sandwich. Doesn't change anything.
It's gonna work in the Spellbinder. It's gonna work in the Sizzix. It's gonna
work in bigger machines. It doesn't matter. And most machines, like I don't know, like there's so many different machines on the market. I don't know them all, but for most of the machines, it will work. So I work like that, so I never have to bother opening this. I have one for this and one for this.
Okay, Suzanne, I will do that tomorrow.
And I guarantee that I never had to throw away a die since I've discovered those. And I never messed up my die, because before I did, because I would shim so much that they would crush and eventually they don't cut.
Right.
But since I've been using only this to cut, so the thing to remember tonight is never cut on a cutting plate.
Use your cutting plate to go on top.
Cut on this or cut on this when that doesn't work.
Isabelle, do I use one clear regular plate along with? Yes, you use one clear.
Always the clear on top.
If yes, I just ordered 2
Like this?
iCrafter, but I don't need 2. Could you please? Yes.
Okay. So the iCrafter comes in regular or in magnetic. It's up to you. So I'm just going to switch, take that away.
Yes, Brenda, it's similar. It's similar as the Magic Mat, but as we were saying earlier, the Magic
Mat doesn't do a good job.
Bend.
It bends, it warps, it doesn't work well.
Any advice to choose magnetic or not? Magnetic is life.
Okay.
Don't spend a little more money to get the magnetic one.
It depends on, like, I prefer not to work with the magnetic, and Isabelle prefers the magnetic. It becomes a choice, but sometimes you do need the magnetic. Like, my choice is to have one of each, but, of course, that's a big investment. But I want to show you why the magnetic could be useful. Let's say, for example, you want to do a frame. So let's do an art frame.
I have a sandwich magnetic Sizzix. Can I use the magnetic iCrafter with the magnetic sandwich?
I don't see why not. I think, is it a little bit thicker, the magnetic platform?
Ouais, c'est ça. Sylvie, on va checker quelque chose tantôt. C'est Sylvie Saint-Laurent.
If you have a magnetic platform,
I think it's thicker. It's bigger.
I think it could be thicker. If it's thicker, but you don't have a flap. So do I have one there? I don't think so. I don't use the magnetic platform, so.
No.
But I don't see, no, that's old. So I don't see why not, Sylvie, except the only thing is if it's thicker, hopefully it'll go through, because this is thicker. So let's say this is a magnetic one. So let's say you're doing frames, for example, and you want to, to put, oh, I need the cardstock.
Merci, intéressant. Ça promet comme chronique.
So see, this one's magnetic. So, I've cut probably 100,000 dies in my lifetime. So of course I'm used to things
Yeah.
the way I put it and I hold it. So, but if you're not used to, the magnetic
That's
platform is more helpful. The thing is, I go fast, so I don't want to have to struggle. But you see, with the magnetic, when you place it, it stays in place. So even if you move, it's not gonna move. So it's helpful, as you know, when you're trying to do things like that.
They want to know the price.
The price of the magnetic.
Yeah, like the difference of price. Okay, let me go get the iCrafter. iCrafter.
What am I doing wrong? Oh, see, I have the wrong platform. It's not
You
going
have the
through.
wrong sandwich.
That way, I need
Okay, so the
iCrafter magnetic
is $75.59.
and the regular
The regular is $44.79
right now.
right now because they are on sale.
So that's the advantage, is if especially when you're putting a die in a die, like it's not going to move, or if you're working with a lot of little pieces, if they move and they go one on top of the other, that messes up your die.
You know why I love that?
Because of that, eh?
Because I do the lovely layers from Honeybee.
So you put a lot of,
So I put all my pieces on.
so see, that didn't move, so it's a perfect arch frame.
Merci Nathalie.
So this is probably, it is a big investment, but it's probably
Imagine
the best. That's
Yeah.
why we started with that. It's probably the best investment you're going to do in your crafting world, because it will make sure you will. I have 0 dies and I have hundreds of dies. I have 0 dies that don't work perfectly. They all work perfectly, either with this or with the chrome plate. Yeah, thank you, Isabel. She's giving me check mark. Thank you so much.
Imagine all the money you're gonna save on those plates too.
Yes, well, you're going to save on your dies and you're
very
going to save on
welcome.
plates as well. So was there another thing I wanted to talk to you about? What time is it? I have a few minutes.
The Impress
Yeah,
plate.
I'm going to show that. Okay. This is not something that I use a lot, or should I show more the Scout?
Show the Scout.
And we're going to keep the other one for another time.
Yeah, we can do the let's say next month.
So
we
see,
do
this
the
one is from Spellbinder. This is a Spellbinder Scout. So I've
Oui,
adjusted.
Colette. Dans 2 semaines, ça va être en français.
So if it works with my Spellbinder Scout, the only thing I cannot get is the chrome plate. So the chrome plate, I have to use my big machine.
Yeah.
I can't cut the chrome plate. It's chrome. But this, I just cut these. So what I do is I use my base, and then with Spellbinder, when you use this, and then you put your die. Let's say I want to do a flower, or where's my flower die? Oh my God, what a mess.
We'll show you the desk after when we're done. Because José's speaking and throwing things and
All right. Oh, I'll take a little piece. My pieces that are cut for. All right. And then you put your cutting plates. Because before I had this piece cut, I was using these, and look what they look like. So I got myself a pair of new ones. So now that I can use on top,
it was cut with his saw.
just a regular saw.
Rick.
Yeah. Whoop, I think I have to take this one out. So you just have to adjust and find the right sandwich. I think I need a shim with this though. So there are shims. And once you find your sandwich, and you'll see, as long as there's just the right amount of pressure. So see, this is what you would use with a regular cutting plate. I took it out with the iCrafter because it is thicker.
Oui, Suzanne, je vais m'en occuper. Sylvie, ça dépend si tu préfères. C'est à ta préférence.
Quoi ça? Magnétique ou pas?
Oui, c'est ça. Can you do a video on the Better Press machine in English next time?
I'm really not specialist in the Better Press.
I took a class, but
We, you know,
I didn't practice.
no.
Hello, Eve!
But okay, we'll take it down as an idea.
Yeah.
Any other ideas for, so see, perfect cut, even you can see even the little embossing, and maybe in another time, or we have 5 minutes, I could show the impress and the embossing. How to emboss. It's already cut, so it's gonna be very easy. There are other plates, I just have to put it back in.
It's very easy.
There it is. Okay. So see, this is a Spellbinder. Die Crafter is working. The Big Shot is working. It's working in my big switch machine. It's working in it. But get that one first. And for intricate dies, get the chrome. You know, you can't maybe buy both at the same time, but I would say start with this one because it'll be okay. So this is not something that I use often, and see, I don't have the impression plate here. All right, I'm gonna show you. Let's say you want to do even a stronger impression in your plate. These are the silicone mat, and there's also impression plate.
Impression plate.
I guess I just bought that.
You just bought one.
I probably have 3 lying around at home. You're gonna take it out the system. So this is the impression pad.
Yes, next time we're gonna show the diffusers.
And this is, yeah, we were supposed to talk about the diffusers, but we decided to put it with the embossing because it's the same thing. So this is the silicone. We're out of silicone pad right now, but I did reorder some. This is for people who like to emboss their die once they're cut. So all right. So
No, I
don't-
don't think we could.
I wouldn't recommend cutting a magnetic plate, but because, you know, it could damage your blade if there's magnets in there.
Yeah.
So get the regular one is probably the best one to cut. That's what I did. All right, so I'm using a cutting plate right now,
Yes.
but I won't put the blade. So to do the impressions
Yes.
is you have to put, once you cut your die, you have to put it like this.
You gotta put the knives up.
The blades up, and you put your silicone mat and your impression pad, and then you put it through. It might require just 1 tab. I'm at 2 tab. This is not something I use a lot. This is my 1 tab one, and I think I'm gonna have to shim it. I think it's gonna be, whoop. Like I said before, if it doesn't go through, just put that a little bit farther down. Why is it not going through? Oh, I know. Don't put a cutting pad. You have to put it directly.
We don't impress a lot.
No, this is not something I do a lot. But some people like doing it. Now I have to find the right spot again. All right, so you have to put it directly on your, so then I think I have to go back with the 2 tablets. So you put it directly, but the blades up. Don't put your blades on
No.
this. Then you put
The rubber.
and the impression. But see, it goes through much too easier. So you have to shim it. So we're gonna put some shims. And so shims are useful. You can put cardstock. The problem with the cardstock, it'll warp very easily and you'll have to change them all the time. So shims are probably better because they will stay like this even when after being used.
You need to put your flour
Oh,
too, madame.
it would help. It would help if the flour.
No.
So I have my 2 tabs. I have my shims, my flour with the blades up, the silicone mat, and then I'll go through. I don't think it's thick enough still. You see it by the pressure. You know, if the pressure, you need just enough pressure, but see, I think it's a little bit loose. I think I would need another shim. Oh, probably, yeah, probably like, no, not a tab. The tab was too thick. So just play with your sandwich. But once you know your sandwich, let's say it's that, keep that with this.
Yeah.
Don't use it with something else. And what it does, and I don't know if it worked. Yeah, you will
Yes,
see that the impression in the die is more visible. So this is what the plates are for.
Yay!
And I think that's pretty much conclude.
Yeah, because it's 8.
Oh, we had one other thing we didn't talk about, but that's going to be very easy, very quick. Quick release die paper. If you've never heard of that, let's say you're working with a very intricate die again, and the cardstock gets stuck. You know, it doesn't happen a lot with 100-pound cardstock, but with other cheaper cardstock or a thinner cardstock, sometimes they get stuck in the die, and it's very hard to release. What you do, I'm looking for the branches. This is it. And don't use wax paper because your cardstock will be waxed. Just this one. So let's say you have a die like this and the cardstock gets stuck. So some of the cardstock, what you do is you put this, you put a piece of quick release paper, and you would put that, you put your cardstock. No, but I'm not gonna do it. And you would put it through with like this. So the only thing you would add is that paper, and this is very, very slippery. It's kind of wax, but it's not wax. Wax will mark your cardstock. And it'll make the release a lot easier. And sometimes this paper stays in, leave it in, you can reuse it. So this is what quick release die paper is. So that concludes. Let's say any questions about tonight?
Not a question, but very nice comments.
Thank you.
Great demo and info, great video, thanks. It was very interesting.
So I tell you people, if you follow that, you will not have any problems cutting dies anymore. I guarantee you it's gonna give you perfect cuts every time.
Is it like deli paper?
I don't know deli paper. Deli paper is thicker,
Deli
right?
paper, là, it's the thing to wrap sandwich.
It's thicker, I think. I don't know.
Pas,
This is very thin.
Yeah.
This is very, very thin. So we do have some here. It's not an expensive product, and you have a big roll in there. And like I said, sometimes it gets stuck in the die and it stays there. So it's good. You leave it there.
Paper. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it, Eve. That's the...
Yeah, we do have it. We do have it for
Very
sale.
informative. Love your demos. Bravo les filles.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Any ideas for other kind of demos like that?
Right now we have inks, better press diffusers, and embossing.
Okay. What about glues? Is that something that people are like? There's so many different glues and the glue machines and the glue guns, and I've just purchased the new glue gun that came out, and I've compared it to the other one, and
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. Good night. Thanks. Very interesting.
you're welcome. Thank you, thank you,
Thank
for
you.
being there. Always fun to be there with you guys
So we'll see you people next Tuesday
for the French garage sale.
en français.
La vente de garage en français, mardi prochain, 6h30. Et qu'est-ce que ça fait le mardi d'après en français?
En français, mais on refait ça, là.
Oui, on va réexpliquer ça.
Fait que c'est votre chance sur... oui, il y en a qui
Des
répondent
idées?
la colle.
La colle, OK.
Bonne idée, la colle. Glues, inks. Oui, pour de la colle. OK. That was great. Time to go shop. Shop! Have fun, ladies.
All right. When you have the
Good
good
night.
tool, it makes the big difference. When you have the right tools, things work.
Yes.
Thank you.
See
Bye
you
bye.
next week.
Ah, ils sont fins.
Oui.